everybody. I am so glad you're back for another week of real heroes from the Bible. Remember, last week we talked about Mary and Joseph and how they were real heroes because they obeyed God. Well, today, the story from the Bible we're going to hear is about a man who was a real hero because he did his best. He did what pleased God. And that's what the Bible tells us, that we should be doing things that please God, that make God happy. So before we get to the story, let's talk a little bit about things we might be able to do to make God happy. Let's see. If we are kind to people, do you think that would please God? Absolutely. Absolutely it would. What about when we're helpers? Do you think that would please God? Absolutely it would. What about, let's say we've been playing and we've had our toys all over the place, but we're done playing and we just walk away. Think that would please God? Maybe not. What should we do? We should clean up, that's right. So what if we pick up a few of the things and we leave? Do you think that's giving our best? What if we clean up the best that we can? Yes, yes. When we do things, we want to give it our best, and that is pleasing to God. And in our story from the Bible today, we learn about a man named John. And John gave his best and did his best to please God, to make God happy. You see, God gave John a very special job to do. John was to tell everybody about a special man that was coming. Jesus, God's son. So God told John to tell people about Jesus, who would be coming. Jesus wasn't there yet, but he would be there. And he wanted everyone everywhere to know about him. So John went out into the desert so that people from all over Judea, which is the area of the world where these people lived, everyone around could come to John and hear about Jesus. And you know what? When they heard about Jesus, some people felt kind of bad for some of the things that maybe they had done, and they wanted to do things that pleased God. And you know what they did? As a way to show others that they had made this decision to please God, they wanted John to baptize them. So baptism, when we see it at church, we often see babies getting baptized in the sanctuary where Pastor Stan will put some water on babies' heads, or maybe it'll happen out in Shepherd's Garden, and even someone might even get immersed, like dunked under the water. But in this time, the way that John did it, he would take them to the River Jordan, and he would dip them in the water. And that would be a sign to everybody that this person had made a decision to do things that please God. Well, one day when he was baptizing people, guess what? Guess who walked up? Jesus, that's right. Jesus came up. John was so excited. He was like, everybody, that's Jesus. That's the one I've been telling you about right there. That's him. And you know what Jesus asked John to do? He asked John to baptize him. Well, John at first was like, whoa, wait a minute. You're the Son of God. You should baptize me. And Jesus said, no, I want this to be done right. John, I want you to baptize me. And he did. Wow. Tell you what, John did his best for God. Oh, he did his best because he wanted to please God. And you know who we should tell? That's right, Rudy. Rudy! Of course. Will you sing with me? Okay. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Hello, my friends. How are you? I'm so glad to see you. Oh, I wish I could give you a hug. Here. Hug. Kiss. Ah, I'm so glad to see you. Hi, Miss Margaret. Well, hi, Rudy. I'm glad to see you too. So Rudy, guess what? Today we talked about another hero from the Bible. Can anybody tell Rudy what his name was? That's John. That's right. That's John. Can anybody tell Rudy what was John's special job that God gave him? Really? He was supposed to tell people about Jesus? Whoa! Well, Rudy, you know what? Jesus wasn't there. People had never met Jesus. They had never seen Jesus. And so they needed somebody to tell them about him. And that person was John. And you know what, Rudy? When people heard about Jesus, you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to stop doing bad things, and they wanted to do things that pleased God. That's a happy face. That's right, Rudy, because pleasing God means to do things that make him happy. And the way that John did it, and the reason I think he's such a hero is because he did his best. Now, Rudy, do you think that you can do your best and be a hero? I can try. Well, Rudy, that's all any of us can do. We all just always try to do our best. And when we do, it will please God. Think you can do it? Oh, yes. I want another hero story. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you join me next week and we'll learn about another hero from the Bible. I hope everybody has a great week. I love you and thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Bye, everybody. I love you. See you next week.